Hey there YouTube, I'm Yukitsu, this is the Yukitsu Times, welcome to my channel, welcome back to a little bit of Stellaris here. So we're continuing just with our war here. I've actually advanced just a little bit ahead. One of the things I found out was that warp out with my opponent's ships there, the Ibrak Royal Systems fleet there, they were actually on low enough health that actually crippled their fleet. So they don't actually have a fleet anymore. They're probably going to rebuild it up pretty quickly though. But yeah, they actually warped out with pretty much 0 ships left after that. Over here we got our armies on the grounds there. Let's go ahead and get them embarked back up, get these guys sort of consolidated back together there. And we're just getting our fleets to jump around, but we've got quite a decent number of fleets here. 3 of them are actual combat fleets, some of them are just reinforcements. Looks like we got another fleet heading in to sort of say hello to us over here, but we're going to go ahead and just... yeah, so this is probably their main fleet, or what's left of it rather. Over here we've got our transport fleets getting ready, I think, to head down to Elamer, I believe is where we're headed next. And we've got one more strike force that we can have on the move here. I'm going to have this strike force try and hunt down this, this fleet down here. I'm not necessarily sure where they're off to, but if we can catch them before they do too much damage, they might try to siege down Themen or something like that, retake it. But we're already up to 44% in this particular fight here, so doing pretty damn well. We're actually at +9 despite the fact that we're in this war, so not too bad. Probably need to start upgrading some crap here, but, you know, whatever. In fact, let's go ahead and do that right now. More energy, in fact. Oh shit, there's actually a lot of people down here all of a sudden. Okay, basic science lab, basic science lab. Basic science lab. So we'll get a couple science labs. I don't particularly mind having a couple more of those. Then down here, let's upgrade these. Holy hell. Alright, this is probably a station. Yeah, it's just a station. Okay. Don't have to worry too much about those. We should be able to crush those pretty decisively. Don't mind getting actually a little bit more food at this point in time, so we'll go ahead and grab that up. And then we'll get an energy grid down here as well. So these guys actually have got... a missile station, which is interesting because we've actually got fighter screens and like point defenses, so you can see a lot of those getting shot down before they can even get close to us. In particular, the fighters are very, very good at destroying all these missiles, and you can just see that we're actually getting closer and closer to the station before those missiles can get anywhere. So this thing should go down real fast. Yeah, so those stations did not help them quite as much as I think they would have liked. We probably actually are destroying these stations over here now, so that's fine. Let's get Midgar Prime up here. And we probably want more energy, just generally speaking here. Even though these power plants aren't that great or anything like that, still need them. Alright, and I think that is as far as we go where our plants are not properly upgraded, for the most part. So we've got tons of people still flooding off these plants, so I don't want to over-upgrade these. Oh, shit. Okay, what have we got here? Curator stuff. Let's grab research alternatives. This is actually probably better. Actually, what's this one? Survey speed. Yeah, these were for like anomalies and stuff like that. That's kind of useless at this point in time since we've already done all those. So I'll go grab research alternatives. Okay, got this group over here. Yeah, we've managed to catch up to their ships. That's actually 5 battleships, so that's really bad for them. Especially because they've got some carrier types, and those do really, really poorly against my ships here. CNS Alacrity lost a scientist again, because I am always losing scientists off of Alacrity. I don't know why. We'll grab you. Make you that, and we will go to here, and we'll go ahead and assist research. There we go. Perfect. So we got a couple fleets in the fight here, that's fine. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, these guys are just going around wrecking everything. It's not really a big deal. Admiral gains trait here, unyielding. Okay, that's fine. Now, I think I did see another fleet of theirs over here. Yeah, they've got another naval cluster. This one's actually a little bit larger, in fact, 9,400. I didn't think they would have another large fleet anywhere, but apparently they do. Also, where the hell have my transport ships gone off to? Did I lose a transport fleet? I think I did. No? Okay, interesting. I feel as though I lost one of my armies. Didn't I thought I sent one down here with this strike force, but Looks like I didn't. That's interesting. Alright, they've got a 2-point-K fleet there. That's nothing too concerned about, that I'm concerned about. Maybe I sent it over here. Oh, they're over here. Okay. Guess we embark all these guys. Oh, no, that's this one. I think I must have lost a full fleet or something like that. Huh. Alright. Well, that's ungood. Okay, they've taken over that planet there. Let's head these guys down this way. Although that might get taken out by my allies instead. Okay, well that's unfortunate. I think they might have been trying to warp out around here, ended up on top of one of these naval clusters and just got wiped or something like that, is my guess. Now I could do a... Let's actually go to here, start recruiting more assault legions here. And I can also actually get probably another ship or two out of center. Let's get Hyperion. Why not? Still got a little bit of fleet limit. I should probably actually also increase my fleet limit while we're at it. Because increasing your fleet limit by upgrading your spaceports doesn't cost more energy. At least I don't think it does. Pretty sure it stays the same upkeep cost. Alright, there we go. Alright, so this is a decent sized fleet for them. Oh, looks like they're trying to build a new station there for some reason. I don't know why. Naval cluster coming into Hestemer probably. So that's going to be problematic. Oh, no, they've decided to head towards Themen. So I think we can still beat this fleet here. Should be able to in any event. So we'll see how that all goes. We've got First Strike Force over here, which is, in all honesty, our best strike force anyway for the job, so we can probably actually just go ahead and send them to go pincer in these guys. Oh. Alright, so these guys actually hopped into one of my allies' sectors, and they're going to be fighting a little bit, but I don't think long enough for me to catch up to them that easily. So let's get our transport fleet down this way. And I remember that this particular fleet is not actually that great at doing these landings, but should be okay in the end there. Yeah, I must have lost this one with, this must be the one with my transport ships, and they probably got wiped. Well, whatever. See if I can go for total. Yeah, so I need a bit more. The relative power should actually be enough that I'm getting pretty big bonuses to that. How the hell? Alright, so my allies should be getting into a bit of a fight here. And looks like we're actually able to pincer these guys. Nice. So I'm able to get behind these guys while they're distracted by those little ships over there. And these little ships are not going to be able to deal that much damage or anything like that, or do much, but they're able to hold them off for me for a little bit while I was able to get some good damage in on that. This is only a 16k fleet as opposed to some of my other more powerful ones, but still, it's going to be pretty good there. Let's keep getting these upgrades. Alright. Probably got more plants that I can actually upgrade these on, but sure, grab that. Alright, get a Damocles, get Betrus Secundus to build us some Damocles. There we go. These guys are just fighting to the death here for some reason. I don't know why they didn't warp out. Like, they could have warped out a while ago, I think. Alright. Well, if that's how they want to roll, then that's how they want to roll. Let's head on down to over here, I think. That would be good. They might actually be pretty close to a surrender at this point in time, even without having to... No, yeah, they're getting closer, but the thing is, like, the difference in power is going to keep changing the acceptance ratios, so even though there's sort of... Yeah, relative Navy strength is now plus 20, so... It's that peace offer that we've currently got on the table that's sort of stopping them, because our peace offer here is kind of atrocious in that it does not favor them in any way, shape, or form, nor is it intended to. Alright, let's get down to the business of beating up more of their stuff here. I think we'll head these guys down to Farragon. Just cut them in half at that point there. They've got another strike force there, actually, that they're building up here in wherever. I don't know how they ended up there, or how I ended up getting vision of them. Very confused, actually, as to how I got vision of them. But in any event, let's go ahead surface up here. Yeah, we're still getting crapped on for our engineering research, but it's kind of okay. Now's probably actually a good time for me to consider getting a slight difference in our food storage, but it's probably not that important. Alright, more fights. Yeah, we hopped in system here on to something that had lots of crap, but they've gone for, again, the missile station, so we're able to just use fighters to keep that down. This is a minor station, so, or not minor, but you know what I mean. Alright, let's get this going here. Let's get more money on this planet. Or what was this planet? Society. Well, let's get more power plants anyway. I've got lots of society research anyhow, so. Alright. Let's grab that. Next, still got like $1,000, so might as well. And grab another Hyperion. Alright. Hopefully this transport fleet can get away here. That's all I need to hope for with these guys. But one of my strike forces over here, I'm actually going to grab them, have them head over to these guys. If I can just keep destroying their ships and shipyards and stuff like that, then we're fine. But we're probably going to cross paths with these guys. We're probably not going to hit them properly. Either way, though, managed to get our transport ships into this system. We should be able to take it, and that might be enough to end the war. Although blowing up their fleet also might be enough to end the war. So these guys are going to warp to some place, and then our guys are going to warp back into that place. So they're going to warp up here, and we should be able to catch them as soon as we warp into that spot there. So we'll take a look at this sort of conflict as it happens. Unless I traveled too far. Look, like if we were in the same system. We were in the same system too long. Okay. Third strike force over here. It's warping out probably, but don't we have a fleet headed towards these guys? Got insulted by somebody here. They were like royal systems. Right, okay. Well, interesting. Where's that fleet that I sent off to kill those guys? Oh, shit. They stopped going. Interesting. Strange. I must have lost sight of them temporarily. So this is going to screw us up because they're going to jump to Sulan probably, is my guess, but we'll see how that all works out. I don't really know. Alright, down here though. Finally getting that transport ship in place. Let's see how they've got for garrison here. Pretty much nothing, so that's going to be fine. Down here though, got our assault armies. Got quite a few assault armies here. Let's go ahead and embark them all. Yeah, now let's land them all again. I just wanted to check how many we had in the system, and it looks like not quite enough. Yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and check. Have we got... Yeah, we can go into the Shroud now. Doing it in the middle of a war is a bad idea, because you could get really badly screwed over, but, you know, let's do it. Ah, shit. Oh, okay, so we could end up in a war with the Helvins. We are looking down upon our galaxy from far above at a distance that must be hundreds of thousands of light years. Without warning, the psionic current plunges us down towards the myriad stars at an incredible speed into the region of space belonging to one of the fallen empires, the Helvan remnants. So, yeah, these guys are probably going to be pissed off at this, but why not? Okay, their technological secrets plucked from the recesses of their minds as early as one could copy a file from, as easily as one could copy a file from an unlocked computer. Okay, so we actually succeeded in something for once. We got living. Oh wow, that's actually really good. So we have to see if we can find this thing. Oh, we have got living metal, and we're using it. Oh wow. Okay. So this gives us a plus 2% to our ship's hull regeneration just across the board there. And also it gives us access to the ability to build megastructures much, much faster. So it is an extremely, extremely useful metal. Let's check here, actually. I might be able to negotiate this. So yeah, this is a full negotiation there. We can actually just send demands now. Victory, perfect. So those guys got what they wanted. We've now got the new League of Kavabal Siba, and we're going to go ahead and talk to these guys, and we are going to demand vassalization right away. And they've got sort of the same ideology as us, and they've accepted. So that is perfect. That all got worked out. So the way that this is going to work is we're going to have to push straight down to these guys down here, through Dermius, Farragon, and whatever the hell that is in another set of wars. So that's all going to be in our next set of wars. But right now, we should be the big dogs in the universe to a certain degree. Alright, so we'll grab this fleet as well. Send you guys up to... I don't know where to put this fleet right now. Maybe Medgar. Alright, send you there. And second strike force all the way down here. Can send you guys up to probably Deneb, just as security. Alright, so it'd be nice if I had another system, planet in Deneb, but actually, you know what, let's send this one over to Betria, and we send them to Betria Prime, so where they can be relatively cheap to us, because keeping that cheap is going to be important for us. Alright, so yeah, like, the declined empires are apparently really quite declining. Let's agree to this. I'm fine with that. Leader gained a level, that's fine. We should also be seeing a slightly higher political sort of unification here at this point in time, a little bit out of these. Peaceful Advancement League is going to take a little while to get fully back online here, just because we've got the non-violence thing, so that's going to be like 10 years or something like that of them being really pissy at us, but got our Ministry of Benevolence, that's good. Naval capacity is now an option. That's actually a really strong option. I think that's the last one in the tech tree. I think we'll go for it. And then over here we've got a lot of crazy crap. I don't remember what tier of plasma we've actually got here. Let's actually go look. So we've got tier 3 plasma, so that's actually the top tier for plasma anyway, so don't really need this one. Could get the new power plant, that would be really strong. Yeah, let's get the new power plant. That's going to be our best bet, I think. It's going to be expensive, but that's okay. And we've got some ships to build. About 50 worth more. Just going to build them like that. It's not a huge deal at this point in time. Alright, perfect. So, not a ton else that I can build down there. Right. Get an upgrade there. Okay. Let's get one of you guys off of something onto that stuff. I don't know, I kind of feel like I want that. Let's get you off the research there. That research is not really doing a whole ton for us. This will increase the amount that we're getting from the energy from the Betria there. Alright, and that was basically all our money. So we finally got something friggin' useful from the Shroud, and what we got was stealing technology from these guys, which is kind of hilarious. We should actually be considered fairly equal to these guys right now. I'm hoping that we're actually getting stronger than them pretty soon. We should be getting stronger than them fairly soon, I'd imagine, but it's probably a close thing. If we blitz through them fast enough, we can actually destroy the Fallen Empire before they're capable of reacting to it. So the problem here is that like these guys don't really have necessarily the most interesting planets out there. So even if I do take these guys over, like the core is probably not that good a world compared to if I had taken over someone like the one of the factions that has like a ring world, which would generally just be much stronger. So it's not as though I'd be getting a ton there. Famine, of course, will help. I don't mind that. 100 energy credits is practically nothing. We're only gaining 13 right now, but all our fleets are still deployed. So as soon as those guys land, we should be seeing a big spike in the amount of energy that we're earning. I just want to be earning still energy. I still want to be earning energy while we're at war, though, so I have to keep producing it. Let's get more engineering, even though we're going to be losing percentages of it. Okay. Yeah, this looks fine, actually. Grab that. All looks good otherwise. And let's just grab that. Keep upgrading shit. So much shit to upgrade. Alright. I still don't feel as though I need to get any more stuff here. Still won't, their acceptance for this federation keeps, like, dropping. Like, even without that, oh yeah, that voted down their proposal is going to be there for like 10 years. So that's going to be interesting, but not a big deal. Maybe if I accept their next proposal, they'll go for it, but like their proposed wars kind of suck, so it's not going to really happen that often. Yeah, I'm feeling like I want to actually declare war on these guys fairly soon, but it's probably still a bit dangerous. I just don't want them to awaken and be capable of crushing me, so getting rid of them while they're still not awakened is probably the better idea. I mean, what's our total fleet power between our fleets here? It's pretty high. Yeah, we're getting 100 now, and we've only landed with 2 out of our 3 armies here, or 3 navies, so definitely can get more out of this. Alright, so this place got a pretty strong ground army now. I'm going to start getting another couple of xenomorphs on this planet here. And what we're going to do is actually pop this army off. And this army we're going to send over to Medgar Prime, I think. Land them there. I don't even have to land them really, actually. I can just keep them in orbit. That should be fine, because we got our other transport fleet in orbit, and it's fine there, honestly. Okay, so that should work. So yeah, the question is, do I want to declare war on the Helvins soon, or do I want to get to Fuyé to get access to the Garanthium? Because the Garanthium plus 10% ship hull points, humongous bonus if you're going to fight something. So it would potentially be a better strategic move for us to wait till we can get into another war with these guys, take out Fuyé by taking out Dermius, Farragon, and Epiascilla, and then just doing an unfair trade to get access to the Garanthium of some sort with our vassal that we could probably bully into that. Okay, so apparently we lost another leader here. These are terrible. Okay, actually no, this one's really good. Really young, psychic, of course, and has got access to Spark of Genius, so plus 20% to research speed. Much better than I could ask for. This guy, of course, is also really good, but let's just do what we're doing. Lots of undone researches, but I don't really care too much. Like these, I don't know, missile launcher sort of stuff there. Yeah, I'm not really that concerned about a lot of that stuff. Okay, battleships and cruisers. We're actually almost at our cap, and that's actually really surprising to me because of how long, like, how much we've got for a cap. It's quite high, in all honesty. I could probably go to one of my sectors and ask them for money, ask them for resources. Could possibly be a pretty good idea. Let's not worry about it just yet, I suppose. I'm wondering if I need to integrate anybody. These guys I don't really feel like I need to integrate in my empire here, although it would help Dothan as a sector. Let's also check Dothan if I need to inject them with a little bit more cash, because they've been needing that. They look okay right now, but we'll give them a bit more just in case. You could also start taking like a big amount of minerals off of Dothan, because they're not really doing anything with them. I guess if I integrated these guys, I could add them to the Dothan sector, and they seem to have good energy surplus, so if I just added all of these plants together into Dothan, that would probably fix that problem. Let's check the infrastructure on these planets, actually. It's not terrible, actually, and it's mostly fixed on energy, so I could probably gain a bit out of it. The question is if that would slow down my research too much, though, because like I still have fairly mediocre research, and this would definitely not help that. A lot of food on these planets as well, which is, again, not ideal. Yeah, probably want to leave these guys as a vassal, probably, for the rest of forever. Where's Betrius Secundus? There we go. Get the spaceport over here. Let's get a battleship rolling. And Nevavada. Let's go ahead and get our armies going here. More Meta-Hadam superiors now. I wonder if that actually means that they're better at fighting even more so. Let's go ahead and check the species for these guys. So they're proles, which gives them that plus... they're strong, actually. It's plus 20% combat strength. They don't seem to have any bonus to combat from psionic, though, so that's a bit unfortunate. I would have liked that if they did. It would have made them pretty damn powerful. Okay. Well, either way, let's keep throwing money to the winds here. I'm gonna actually just turn these into minerals, even though I kind of want them to be other things on this planet, but minerals. Like, we're losing a fairly big bonus out of that, but it's fine. Okay, we'll get one more. Yeah, these people are all in minerals in the correct way. Could probably do 2 more energy on this planet, but we'll do 1 for now, just to figure out what we end up having for population growth, if there's any immigration or anything like that. As well, that also has an impact there. Okay, crap, we got people hopping onto these planets here. This just had a higher cost to build, so let's go ahead and get mining networks here. Science over here. Science over here. Energy over here. I should also probably build that thing that I can on my home planet here. So I could replace this, I think, with it, and that would be okay. Ministry of Benevolence. So I think that this is actually capable of influencing all of my planets, so we'll go ahead and get this. Should be pretty powerful. Actually, let's cancel this. I should put it here because I'm getting less food out of that one, or even here actually. This is even less food. So let's, yeah, we'll replace this one. We don't really need like farms on our core planet here anyway, so getting all those capital type buildings on there is pretty good. All right. So yeah, this is pretty dominant position. I don't think that these guys are going to be able to recover quite from that sort of blow. You know what? Let's go ahead and do some of these researches, I guess. Let's just check where these science ships are. So I could get someone from down here. Don't have any available, and we're at cap leaders, so yeah. We'll get the commander with the alacrity down here. Have you start checking out, research these projects, research these projects, research these projects. I just don't want to go somewhere where I'm going to get kicked out anyway. There we go. Okay. So he'll probably have to reroute through this area and not go through here, but this will be fine. Alright, let's just check who we've currently got running our... Who the hell were you? Oh, that's a general. He must have ended up back home somehow. Alright, interesting. We'll go ahead and grab the same person that we did last time. We'll keep campaigning on that sort of thing. So that should be fine. Might have to do one more support, but I think this is okay, actually. I might actually need to do another another edict. It's been a while since I had to do one of those, but we're blowing through a lot of influence. And I'm not getting as much quite as quickly this time, so this next election cycle I'll probably do that. I'll get it back once we get this Peaceful Advancement League back on track, though, but we're getting a lot from these two guys. Because the population for these groups is huge, actually, so the amount of influence you can get from larger groups is pretty big. Okay. So I don't think that these guys have anything that I really need in terms of resource acquisition. So should be okay. Now, there is actually a Unity perk that I can start working towards through the domination tree here. The weird thing about this game is that you just kind of take all of these to get access to all the ascension perks, so it's not as though you sort of actually have to pick between them. But I probably will actually get domination before I get harmony, just because of how good it is once you've got a couple of vassals. Like, if you get 3 or 4 vassals, this can be pretty impressive. And it also makes it a little bit easier to get vassals as well, so... this will also make them more useful, because we'll be able to give them a bunch of our technology. Alright, so mandate unfulfilled. Did we at least get the same guy? Yep. These guys... Ooh, they're willing to give me a lot of money for an active sensor link. I agree to that. Thank you for your money for no good reason, because my scanning is absolute crap. But, more importantly, I just had a complete moment here. Let's see here. Exit the shroud. Yeah, it looks like you can't do anything there. What was I going to do right now? Well, for one thing, I should probably check these armies here. Yeah, those are going to come in slowly as hell. Okay. There's something I need to do right now, and I don't know quite what it is. Actually, I don't think there is actually anything too important right now that I need to do. Let's also check, like, how much longer before we get rid of... I think we lost our negative to engineering finally. Looks like it, we might have. Let's double check. Because it was a pretty hefty penalty. Minus 30% is pretty huge. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gone now. Okay, good. We can get more engineering, since it's still by far the lowest for us, but... Alright, there we go. That's really good. That's fine. Let's get you over here instead. Okay, so... Getting people to seed planets is cheaper. This is a dead perk for us, because we don't actually gain any benefits, since we can't get people to seed planets to us. I mean, we could get them to seed planets to our allies, or to even our vassals, and then gobble up our vassals. So, I mean, it's not completely useless, but it's pretty mediocre for us. Alright, let's grab that. I need to increase my science. It's pretty bad. If I can get the research station here up and running by getting megastructures next, that would actually be pretty ideal. I don't know if I'm allowed to, though. I can't remember what I'm allowed for our next one. Can't remember. What do I need for Galactic Wonders? I need mega engineering technology. Okay, so I would need that technology anyhow, so I wouldn't be able to get it for a while. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Okay. Let's grab those. Still haven't gotten access to artillery, which kind of sucks. I would really love artillery, but we're slow on engineering, which is the one that gets us that, so it's no surprise that I'm a bit behind on getting stuff out of those. How are we doing on debris and shit? Oh right, orbital research mandate. That's what we have. Actually, do I have the ability to do an orbital research mandate? Let's see here. None of those. If I had a little bit more space up there, I could do it. We might actually secure that in our borders eventually, but kind of want to think of a way to secure that earlier, just in case. I might want to build a station around there, but we'll leave that be for now. Okay, I might not have any more research stations. Might not have enough research stations. I might have to switch over to the minor mandate stuff. Yeah, I've got one there. And I think that's pretty much it. So I think it's going to have to be mining mandates from now on. So I'll have to keep that in mind for our next Prime Minister or President or whatever. But that's okay, ultimately. It's not a huge deal. I kind of want to grab this, though. I don't know. It's probably not worth it. I don't think it's worth it. Alright, let's go ahead and keep upgrading our spaceports. Let's actually get double upgrades there. Capped there. Oops. Alright, perfect. I think that's like all of our spaceports basically. This is costing so many minerals. I'm gonna let my I'm gonna let all of my other spaceports in the sectors upgrade themselves naturally, sort of as they go, because that's gonna take us a long time, but I want to let that happen just sort of naturally, so I'm not paying the huge amount of cost associated with it. Well, I still will be, because the sector will be paying for it, but it means that it'll work out in the end for us. Okay, these guys are still equivalent. Their technology is still overwhelming. Like, there's a bunch of stuff that these guys get access to that I'm never allowed to get, which is kind of irritating, but I'm not sure actually that's never. I might be able to access it eventually, but I'm pretty sure that some of their techs you just aren't allowed to ever research. Let's actually survey that system there. Might actually find something, you never know. Even this late in the game, it's possible. Where was the... yeah, that was here. Didn't have very much. Oh well. Ooh, my ally has access to this now. You know what? I'm okay with that. I don't mind these guys having access to that at this point in time, because they're kind of useless right now as it is. Like, they're considered pathetic compared to me, which is not ideal. You want your allies to be strong enough to help you out in a fight if needs be. So we'll probably be okay with this, I think. Worst comes to worst, what I'm going to do is just take these guys over through integration, which is only a few planets ultimately, so it would probably not be even a very painful integration. I could have sworn I demanded more planets than this, but maybe not. Well, either way. Probably doesn't actually matter if I did or not. I probably forgot to like check off a couple planets in our final demand section there. That's okay though. Don't really need that many. Let's grab that. Still tons of stuff that has to be built down there. That's fun. Let's get more of that. More of that. Still has a few things being built. Let's get another mine though. Alright. Can't believe I managed to get lucky enough to pick up pearls in this game. It's such a good thing if you can get pearls. Shame is that I don't have enough genetic mastery to like reverse engineer strong out of them so I could get very strong instead. Like, you should be able to go from like strong to very strong, but for some reason every time I try to do that it doesn't let me, so I don't know. It's a deal. It's going to be the same thing here. Monthly unity is going to increase again, and I am a-okay with that. Alright, so we're up to 734 for fleet cap. Let's see if we're up above these guys just yet. Still equivalent. Should be crushing these guys though. No, their naval capacity is equivalent right now. They're trying to rebuild their fleets though as well, and their fleets are way, way worse than mine, so that part at least is quite nice. Alright. So if I just sort of keep doing this until we get into our next war, if I keep building stuff, we should stay far enough ahead of them that they can't fight us in the next war either. Let's go ahead and talk to the Shroud if we can here. How much longer, I wonder? 680 days, that's not that bad. Until then, though, things are going to be a little bit slow. Should have the naval capacity upgrade by then, and then some, so maybe I'll have enough fleet power to just roll over them a little bit harder even. That would actually be quite nice. Probably just want some more Paragons, honestly, at this point. Or some Argos. Alright, one of each. Up to 446 minerals. It's not great, it's not terrible either. 125 energy, which is probably only barely enough to cover the cost of our navy, to be honest. Our navy, as soon as it departs, is probably going to cost us an absolute fortune. So, gotta keep just rolling those upgrades. Grab that. All that looks pretty good. Should probably check, actually. I can't really actually afford more edicts right now, though. Only got 593 influence. Like, it's there to spend, but if you overspend it, you end up in a bad spot. What the hell are you doing here? Research those. Research those. Wonder how long this is going to last, actually. Still quite a while. I don't think there's really that much to learn from these guys. I don't actually think they were that much more advanced than me in terms of actual, in real practical technology. It seems weird that they're advertised as being so superior in terms of that. Well, whatever. Got a lot here out of our Ministry of Benevolence there. 11 Unity. Yeah, that's quite a lot. Patron of the Arts, Ministry of Culture. Like, it's only supposed to be giving us 6. We're practically double that. Our One Vision, Happiness, and Pacifism is all giving us a decent amount of bonus there, and then our Prime Minister is also giving us a big bonus. Patron of the Arts is giving us a big bonus. Ministry of Culture doing a good bonus there. I'm not seeing the actual bonus, though, from our thing. Actually, no, that doesn't give us a percent bonus. It adds it to the farms. Right. Okay, so that's fine. Alright. There we go. I could also be building ships in Herna for even faster ship production, but it probably doesn't matter that much. Getting the job done pretty damn fast as it is. At this point in time, I'm kind of wondering what the calamity is going to be that befalls us, because there is going to be some sort of like catastrophe event that happens eventually. Alright, so these guys still actually have equivalent fleet power to me. I'm going to have to start going into my sectors and upgrading their stations at this point in time. I said I didn't want to, but I still don't really want to, but if I don't do it, then the AI doesn't for a very long time, so grab a couple of those, just keep our number increasing as fast as possible. I don't even know if I've actually enabled the ability for sectors to increase their the number of stations they have. Let's go in here, sector settings, I think. Military stations. Okay, so we'll tick that box there. Tick that box there. There we go. And over here. Food surplus is 55. Alright, so what's going on down here? Pay Prime here. I'm guessing that these guys have ended up with a situation where they've got like very few people here. Yeah, they've got lots of unemployment. There's actually full-on population though, so that's not a problem. I guess these guys just need an initial investment so they can start building some shit here, so... Okay, I'm gonna seed money those guys. Just randomly gained, gained a whole bunch of social and sciences there. That's good. Let's go into the Pay Prime sector though. Let's give them a bunch of okay, so we're actually going to send a bunch of minerals to a bunch of these sectors here, and that should work. Do have to withdraw from these guys though, I think. It's fine. Oops, I accidentally ended up giving some back to this group here. Alright. Oh, well, it doesn't really matter that much. The amount that we gained was actually pretty huge, so I'm going to go up to 900 in each of these and see what they spend it on for now. Alright, so that's going to be good for now, for the time being. Mining networks upgrades, okay. Build speed. I guess we go for that next, since I'm not seeing what I want to see here, which is the advanced kinetic type weapons, so this will be okay. Okay, so upgrading all of our top tier mines is going to be a pain in the ass. I should actually be focusing on places like Azalea. Oh god. Okay, this is going to be a while, isn't it? How did this not increase? It's still 781. Okay, none of this matters since we don't have any robots or slaves. So we're not going to grab that. Orbital hydroponics. Ooh, leader. Gonna grab that. Holy hell. Okay, so Azalea over here. Okay, so let's leave that as is for now. That's enough for now. Let's grab a couple from here. Olimar doesn't have any mining stations. Jesus. Alright, interesting. And now we're out of money. Okay, fantastic. This place also doesn't have any. Oh no, we're out of money. Right. This place could be actually good for this as well. Okay, so now we just have to wait for our minerals to start rolling in a bit. Shield capacitors, tachyon sensors, neutron torpedoes, ion disruptors, and physics research and engineering research. We actually got quite a lot of points from those, though, so that's pretty good. So yeah, the problem for me is that these techs aren't very useful, so still have some of those guys left. Still got a year to get to there, so we'll easily be able to get to that debris. Not bad. Over here we're probably blocked out, so I'm not going to worry about that one. More interested in what we would get out of these guys if we... Ooh, equivalent now. And their naval capacity is finally inferior to mine. Okay, does that mean we actually want to fight these guys, though? That's the question. Because they could awaken if I fight them. I wish it would more bias, like, the ratings in terms of strength based around your... like, your actual fleet strength, so you had a better idea of how much fleet strength they've actually got there. But whatever. Okay. So I think I might be able to kill them if I consolidate all three of my fleets together and just sort of have at them. Especially if I go in with my allies. Especially, like, these guys have another 19,000 fleet, so if I'm superior or equal to them with, like, my 60, 70,000, then, well, actually my allies are completely useless in that case. Okay, well, interesting. Interesting, but not necessarily good. Let's go ahead and upgrade the stuff that these guys are working on. Or over here. Anything that one of these little alien guys is working on is going to be a little bit more valuable. God damn it. What do you want? Research agreements? They'll give me a bunch of credits? Absolutely. Okay, and we'll be getting another guy there, so that's fine. Nebavado. These guys are all actually these guys, so it's quite good. Alright, Hestimer over here. Might as well do it anyway. The thing about spreading these upgrades across multiple planets is that it'll actually mean that we're getting these bonuses online faster, so it's worth it. Why do we have a mineral processing plant here? I forget. Probably because I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. Probably want to redesign that into something else, but it's probably okay. Oh, shit. What are we capped on? Energy. Okay. That's actually pretty good. More of that stuff. That's fine. Let's go ahead and talk to the curators. So we're capped on energy. That's fine. Let's ask them to aid us in our research. We'll purchase that. That'll be a lot of our income, and that is fine, because we now have that bonus to science, and we got rid of all that excess energy that we had lying around. We were twitchy. We had, like, too much energy. We were stored up in us. We were just, like, itching to go. Alright. So, if we can get all this stuff upgraded, we'll probably be at something like 500 mineral gain, and drop in energy credits by quite a bit, though. So we'll have to keep that in mind. Alright. So yeah, it's all pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this sort of progress. But the problem here that I've got is that I have to consider that these guys are considered equivalent in actual fleet power. So even if their fleet is smaller than mine, there's a strong chance that they'd still be able to kick my ass. So I do have to be very, very careful about that. So what do I want to do about that? That was the question. There's not a whole lot I can really do here. Just have to keep growing, I suppose. If we get our Navy up to the 795 cap, there's a very strong likelihood that we'll be able to beat them, though. I think that is probably going to be sufficient to win a war against those guys. So we'll try and work our way up to that as best as we can here. I'm going to change up the rally point fleet here. We're going to change it from you guys to these guys over here. These guys need more cruisers and more destroyers. That's what we're going to focus our construction on right now. Got a decent number of the corvettes, it looks like. This fleet looks pretty balanced. This fleet over here looks pretty balanced. Yeah, it's really just this one that needs rebalancing here. More cruisers, more destroyers. It's got way too many battleships as well, but that's probably okay. I don't really mind that. Alright, grab a couple of Argoses. Minerals are up to 450. It's pretty low, that gain actually there. I was hoping that we would be gaining progress a little bit faster there, but I guess that's to be expected. Why do we have a visitor center on Vetria Prime? I forget why I've built one of those. Well, whatever. It's probably okay. It's getting us, I guess it's getting us energy and it's getting us unity, so it's not a bad building, but it's not a great building either. Migration attraction. I don't know. Maybe I wanted someone to move there. I don't know. Olimar Prime. Yeah, they're stuck the way they are. Alright. Ooh, this planet's producing a ton for some reason. Or tile, rather. Let's grab a couple more of these here. Okay, and happiness could bounce up a little bit higher, but it's not a ton I can do about that right now. So I'll have to just wait for these peaceful advancement guys to chipper up a bit. And then go to war again, so they'll be unhappy again, because that's how this works. Oh, looks like we can go into the Shroud once more. Okay, so this always goes well. By which I mean, okay. Psionic Avatar, this is what we want, actually. Let's go grab it. Oh, we actually got it. Colossal Warrior, damn it. Okay, so the problem is that we got the Ground Warrior type one. The Ground Warrior is actually pretty mediocre, like, it doesn't really do anything that special. I really wish we had the ship version of it, because it's just hugely better. For this guy, though, let's go ahead and embark him. We'll send him over to where we're sort of building a new ground force. Now, I mean, this thing is still pretty powerful, it's just that, you know, it's not powerful enough to sort of really do anything that meaningful, and it's really easy to win ground fights anyway, so it's kind of disappointing that that's what we ended up getting. I think it is free of upkeep, though. I don't think you pay upkeep for that one. Oops, shit. Okay, let's get you guys over to, I think, Hestimer. You can actually have you assist research there. I don't really mind that. Yeah, this planet's got okay research. It's not great, but it's not terrible either. Let's get that research up as high as possible, because we need to catch up probably on our science. It's probably terrible right now. 2 more Argos. Then after that we're going to start focusing on Damocles. I need a lot of them, I think, in this fleet here. If we want it to catch up. Yeah, it's pretty bad on those. And they're expensive as well. Like, I'm going to have to save up like 2 months for each one. It's pretty bad. Oh well. Alright, so anyway, I think that's going to be long enough to call this one an episode. I hope you found this one enjoyable. We're making some real progress now. I think we can snowball this to victory pretty easily at this point in time. But we'll see what disaster we get struck by. In any event, I hope you found this one enjoyable, and of course, as always, I hope to see you guys all next time.